Well. Что же, попробуем сыграть старый добрый FreeSpace, второй на новый лад, с графонием как бы и всяческими улучшениями. Эх, сколько лет-то прошло. Ах, новый профиль, конечно же. Думаю, годится. Окей, не будем трогать. Это мы вроде помним. Погнали.
Welcome to Vega, Ensign. I'm Captain Lukakis, squadron leader of the 53rd Hammerheads. You've been assigned to our unit. The Hammerheads are a space superiority squadron. We'll be flying the Myrmidon fighter, developed to replace the old GTF Ulysses.
Поначалу у меня не будет выбора истребителя.
The 53rd Hammerheads were formed during the Great War. At the time, we served on board the GTD Bastion, the finest ship in the history of Terran space travel. You may not know this, but the pilots who destroyed the SD Lucifer in 2335 were based on the Bastion, and some were even Hammerheads. With the 53rd, you're part of a long and proud tradition.
Окей, много воды утекло.
When the explosion of the Lucifer collapsed the jump node to the Sol system and severed all contact with Earth, Command transferred the Bastion to the 4th Fleet in Vega. Since then, we've called Vega our home. Now Command has decommissioned the Bastion and reassigned its squadrons to the newer Hecate destroyers. We'll be joining the GTD Aquitaine, flagship of the 3rd Fleet, Capella. The Aquitaine will be here in 36 hours. In the meantime, it would be advisable to review your training. We have all the simulator modules you'll need for the Myrmidon fighter. These modules will give you a refresher course on such basics as your head-up display, throttle controls, and targeting. If you need to review your training, now would be a good... Because this is your first combat assignment, you'll be authorized to carry the standard armaments.
Моя любимая,
по сути, пушка. HL7, the Tempest.
На тренировку мы, конечно же, пропустим, кому она нужна. Тем более уровень сложности у меня средний, ничего такого.
Welcome to Training Simulator.
Не помираю в первой же миссии.
Welcome to Training Simulator.
This is Admiral Petrarch, commanding officer of the GTD Aquitaine.
Так, окей, мы уже знаем, где служим. На Аквитане полигры работаем. Воюем против террористов, которые захватили много систем.
Allied Command has ordered the Aquitaine into the Deneb system. There we will reinforce the 13 Vesuden battle group, led by the
Окей, друг друга изнасиловали, всем плохо.
Both.
This is Captain Lukakis, squadron leader. A situation is developed because these...
Убей всех. Окей. Так, ну как я говорил, кораблик выбрать не могу. А, пушки могу. Ну, так. Сойдет. Сойдет.
Alpha 2 here. I have a visual on the convoy.
Можно немножечко
1500
с
meters
пушек
dead
энергию
ahead.
убрать.
The escort wing is down
А,
2
черт!
fighters.
Управление! А! Вот о чем я не подумал, так это изменить управление. Ой, не туда. Так, еще минутку. Ага, вообще тут все заново. Так, отсюда мне не надо. Так. Самое важное сделаем. Так. Эти кнопки ни подо что нам, в общем-то, и не нужны. Так, это энергия. Окей, перейдем здесь. На щит сюда. И все остальное вроде норм. Так, забираем. Угу. Next ship, а нам это нахрен не нужно. Следующая подсистема. Как же у нас там было? Вот это уж точно, что нам не нужно. Оу. И нам тоже не нужно. Так, это все норм. Проверим по поводу вражин. Так. Вот это у нас аж. Так, следующий ближайший враг H. G это у нас так-то атакует ближайший. F это дружеские кораблики. А R у нас что? Ага. Чем оно отличается от... понято. Окей. R просто ближайший, H следующий ближайший. Ну и все, замечательно. О, нет. Последнее, что нам осталось сделать, это понять вот эту хрень. Это Y. Y-ось. Угу, точно. Все. Теперь готово, полетели. Это мы видели. Здесь все осталось. Погнали. Фух, хорошо. Замечательно.
Alpha 2 here. I have a visual on the convoy, 1,500 meters dead ahead. The escort wing is down 2 fighters. IOTA transports. This is Alpha Wing of the 53rd Hammerheads, GTD Aquitaine.
Можно вращаться.
We have orders to protect your convoy.
Это
What's your
все равно использовать
status?
не буду. Ну, вроде посимпатичнее и подвигальнее графончик стал. Это, по-моему, было.
Hang in there, IOTA. Command will send a recovery craft as soon as possible. All right, Alpha. Let's get to work. We must defend these transports until the recovery ship arrives. Sensors picking up incoming hostiles. A wing of Herc's closing in.
Alpha 1 and 2 intercept those fighters. We will defend the transports.
Хорошо, 4 стволов стрелять.
Incoming jump signature. Hostile configuration.
Не посмотрел, с какого расстояния ракета бьет.
jump signature. Hostile configuration.
По сути, нам можно пока не считать. Ну смотри-ка, 10% сняли с нас. Ау. Да, эти лазерные пушки, конечно, у них медленные, но уж если попадут, больно будет. О, могу перезарядиться.
We have transmitted your coordinates to the GBD Samtic. The vessel should be exiting subspace momentarily.
Missile banks depleted. Calling in support.
Command, this is the GBD Samtic. We have arrived at the designated coordinates. The NTCV Belisarius, a Deimos-class corvette, has run our blockade of the Sirius jump node. We are now tracking the vessel through subspace. We have vectored its course to your immediate vicinity.
Это наш псамтик.
Acknowledged, command. We will intercept the target.
Маленький флагман нашего флота. Ой, не туда.
Incoming jump signature. It's the Belisarius. Gunnery control. Power up photon beam cannons. Commence plasma core insertion. All units stand clear of the Samtic and Belisarius. Belisarius, this is the GBD Samtic. You are ordered to power down and surrender.
Negative, Vasudin. The NTF is the only legitimate authority in this system.
Surrender or be destroyed, Belisarius. This is your final warning.
Они, может быть, против нашего объединения с суданами? Ой, он серьезно? Это он реально? Он же дохлый. Теперь еще и мертвый. Окей, не понадобилось. Нет его.
Now deploying wing Zeta and Theta. You are relieved of your escort, Alpha Wing. Mission accomplished, Alpha. Return to base. Well done, pilots.
Быстро.
Good work, pilot. You held off the rebel attack and saved both Vasudin transports from destruction. Your squad mates and I all agree. You'll make a fine addition to the 53rd Hammerheads.
Было очень сложно.
Command report. Command has ordered the 53rd Hammerheads to secure an NTF depot in the Deneb asteroid belt. Alpha 1, your mission is to seek and destroy all targets of opportunity, including freighters, Do not...
Okay, Alpha Wing, let's take out the fighters and freighters. Beta will scan the cargo. Watch
Oh,
those
так вот
sentry
сразу?
guns. Beta Wing, target cargo units and close in scan.
Ай-яй-яй.
Distance is 150 meters. Alpha 1 and Alpha 3, you target the fighters. Stay focused on those Lokis. Command, we got a problem here. We can't scan the cargo.
Run a diagnostic, Beta. Are your sensors malfunctioning?
Negative. There's some kind of shielding on these units. Our sensors can't penetrate.
Acknowledge, Beta. Abort the scan and engage the enemy.
What about recovery out?
Negative, Beta. Command will not risk recovery in that asteroid belt.
А чё, friendly fire опять нет?
Heads up, enemy wing closing in. We're facing multiple bandits here. That cargo must be vital. That's a confirmed kill. We have secured the depot, Command. All bandits have been neutralized.
Как в любой
Alpha and
игре или
Beta,
фильме,
destroy the cargo units.
Hold on,
им
Alpha.
походу надо всем
Long-range
вместе
sensors are
нападать.
picking up another hostile target 3 kilometers
Ах,
from
Рома,
your
Рома.
position.
Не знал ты этой игры.
I'm reading nothing here, Command.
We're detecting a faint
Иди
EM
задрачивай
signature from
свою
one of the
Destiny.
asteroids. Transmitting coordinates now.
I'm still not getting a clear reading. There's too much interference.
There should be a flashing red blip on the radar screen of your HUD. Maneuver your fighter until this blip is centered in the radar. This will point you in the right direction.
It's a large asteroid, Command, with some kind of structure built into the surface.
Let's take a closer look. Proceed with caution, pilots.
О, там уже какой-то бигшип прятался. Так. Ну вот и мне все надоело, решил старенькое переиграть.
I need to rearm.
Да, мне следовало вот уже.
Command, the target has turrets and a fighter bay. It must be a rebel installation.
We're scrambling bomber wings now. Destroy that base, pilots.
Command, I'm
Ой-ой.
picking up incoming hostiles.
Больно кусает.
Engage and destroy those fighters. We need to clear a path for Delta Wing.
This is Admiral Bosch of the Neo-Terran Front. Allied fighters, break off your attack.
Command, the rebel leader is on that base.
Disregard that transmission, Alpha. Admiral Bosch is in the Polaris system. This must be a decoy.
А теперь я к вам на хвостик.
You destroy this installation, you sign the death warrant of our race. I demand unfettered access to the Sirius jump node.
There will be no negotiations, Bosch.
Listen to me. If my safety is guaranteed, I'll withdraw my forces from Deneb.
Pilots, destroy that installation. You have your orders.
такой бронированный? Или это такой большой?
All hostile fighters have been neutralized, Command. There's no time, Command. The vessel is powering up its subspace drive.
Воу, 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 воу. Видишь, он замутил.
Bosch and his warship have jumped. This mission is over, Alpha. Return to base.
Ладно. С поникшей головушкой.
Command has issued no official explanation for Admiral Bosch's presence in the Deneb system. The hidden base and the shielded cargo units only compound the mystery of the Admiral's agenda. Intelligence has tracked Admiral Bosch's command frigate.
Коротко. Окей.
Engage full burners and intercept the IC. They are 2 kilometers from the Sirius jump node.
Command, we're 5 clicks from that Corvette. Those coordinates you gave us were bogus. We don't stand a chance of catching that ship.
You have your orders, pilot.
Command, where's the blockade? Why isn't the Alliance guarding this node?
Our line of defense has been reprioritized for engagements elsewhere in the system.
To intercept us have failed, pilots.
Решил вставить последнее слово.
The IC has jumped. I repeat, the IC has jumped.
Acknowledged, pilot.
Request a status brief, Command. What the hell is going on here?
You're out of line, pilot.
Out of line? I don't think so. We're risking our lives out here. We deserve a straight answer.
You can discuss this at your debriefing. We now have reports that rebel vessels are heading for the jump node. Stand by for mission update. Command out.
Damn it! Command let Bosch escape.
What are you talking about?
They pulled the blockade. They gave us the wrong coordinates. There's no other explanation.
Why? Why would they let him go?
You tell me, pilot. I'm informed on a need to know
Нас всех
basis.
обманули, нас подставили.
Stand
Фу.
down, we're on your side here.
Why did we attack the Iceni? Why did we destroy that cargo? I can live with being a pawn if the game makes sense.
Inbound freighters with Loki escort. These targets escape the asteroid depot. Destroy those ships before they reach the node.
Beta wing here. Target acquired and closing in.
Objective neutralized.
Как же здесь стрейфа не хватает?
Deploying support ship now. Please stand by.
Не вовремя.
2 NTF cruisers have jumped in. The NTC Glorious and the NTC Impervious. They are heading for the node. Eliminate the fighter escort pilots. We'll deploy the Samtic to handle the cruisers. Those cruisers have anti-fighter beams with an effective range of 1,500 meters. Lure the escort away from the cruisers before you engage.
Rearming complete, sir. You're good to go.
Samtic is now on station.
Ой-ой-ой. Кажется, мне надо просто встать и наслаждаться.
We have pulverized the glorious.
Ну, с такой-то дурой-то, конечно, мы можем повоевать. Ой, нашего взрывом убило.
Admiral Bosch's command frigate reached the Sirius jump node. I have received no explanation either on or off the record for what happened out there. I assume we'll be informed on a need-to-know basis. Good job neutralizing those fighters and freighters. You've served the 53rd Hammerheads well.
Да, мы молодцы.
Welcome to the 107th Ravens, pilot. I'm Lieutenant Samza, squadron leader. The 107th is a heavy assault squadron, so our fighter of choice is... I recommend that you review the HERT-2 training modules before the Aquitaine arrives in Capella. According to your file, the Harpoon and the Hornet are both
Опять тренинг пропускаем.
To the officers and crew of the GTD Aquitaine, this is Admiral Petrock. At 0115 hours, we received a transmission from 3rd Fleet Headquarters. A Sheevan cruiser and 3 fighter wings ambushed and destroyed
Наши старые враги
the
вернулись.
GTC Vigilant as it patrolled the Gamma Draconis jump node in the Capella system. Command deployed the GTD Carthage and GDC Dashore. Though these vessels neutralized the immediate threat, all out. Command has ordered the Aquitaine to spearhead the operation in Gamma Draconis as we investigate the origin and extent of this incursion. Gamma Draconis is a remote, uninhabited system discovered shortly before the outbreak of the Great War. The system has no planets, no viable resources. Recon flights in Gamma Draconis detected activity near an uncharted jump node. Closer examination has revealed this node is not a natural phenomenon, but a massive subspace portal. The Sheevan vessels that destroyed the Vigilant were not of any class encountered in the Great War. The light cruiser, designated Rakshasa, and the fighters designated Mara have been added to your onboard database. This is our first contact with this species in over 3 days.
Okay.
This is Lieutenant Samza, squadron leader of the one. Command believes the Shivans are prepared.
Как всегда. Так, а у него 2 на 2 пушки. В принципе, бессмысленно особо что-то менять. Разве что вот эта вот пушка поинтереснее. А эта пушка тогда нафиг не нужна. Так, это у нас гарпун. Нет. Да. Гарпун мы и оставим. На 3-ю альфу не хватило. Уж у нас со свармами бегать.
Command, this is Alpha 2. We're in. I've got a visual on the subspace portal.
How many hostiles in sensor range?
One wing of Mara's closing in fast. The behemoth is 2.5 clicks out. 2 freighters and a half a dozen cargo units are in the depot area.
Destroy those fighters. The Shivas will send reinforcements, so let's secure this area as quickly as possible.
The Maras are too fast. I can't get a lock. I've never seen anything like it. These fighters are unbelievable.
Да, но у меня пушками несколько подольше мочить.
Objective neutralized. Bandits incoming.
Не увернулся. Да, эти ракетки рулят. По-добому. Воу-воу-воу-воу-воу, не на меня.
Area secure, Command. Standing by for further orders. I copy, pilot.
Hold your position, pilots. We are now deploying the Carthage and the Dashur.
Так, а кого-то мы там не завалили, Маэля.
4 or 5 hostile wings coming through the portal. We've got a new fighter class here, designation Asteroid. Where's the Carthage? We need reinforcements ASAP, Command!
Take evasive action, pilots. Help is on the way.
There's too many of them! Send in the Carthage or get us out of here!
The Carthage and Darker will emerge from subspace momentarily. Stand by.
Objective neutralized.
This is the GTD Carthage. What's your status?
The Shevans have broken off their attack. They're heading for the Carthage.
Здесь как на ладони.
Rearming complete, sir. You're good to go.
С чем-то?
All hostiles have been neutralized. Now deploying Delta and Epsilon Wing. Alpha, you may return to base.
Delta Wing, now in position.
Что там покоцанно выглядит? Или скорее как технологии боргов?
You survived your first sortie against the Shevans. Though we had only a small opposing force to contend with, survival...
With the Gamma Draconis system secure, a task force of Terran and Vesudan scientists is now examining the subspace portal. At this point, the scientists have ruled out
The subspace portal is unlike any Sheevan construction we have yet encountered. Though Sheevans demonstrate considerable diversity as a species, all Sheevan technology possesses certain distinctive properties. None is present in the subspace device, which means we must look elsewhere for the portal's origin. We do know that the device is very, very old, on the order of several thousand years.
By constructing our own portal, we might be able to reopen the Sol jump node in Delta Serpentis. Since our military operation will focus on what lies on the other side of the subspace portal, we must determine where the node leads and the extent of the Sheevan presence there.
At 1540 hours, the GTD Aquitaine entered the subspace portal in Gamma. The nebula has severely limited the Aquitaine's long-range sensors. Alpha, Zeta, Iota, and Kappa will patrol a series of 4 waypoints. Zeta Wing...
Iota Wing, you are cleared to take off. Kappa Wing, you have clearance. Zeta Wing, go.
Помахали хвостиком.
Alpha Wing, go.
Alpha, form up on Zeta. Follow Zeta 1's lead to the waypoints.
Okay, Alpha. Target my fighter and try to keep up. Boost your engine power and be ready to hit your burns because we're gonna get through this one fast and clean.
Good luck, pilots. Keep a tight formation and look out for each other. Let's all get home alive.
5 минут лететь до куда-то.
How are we supposed to get a visual
Я пока
confirmation?
классика
I
совет
can't see a
поднесу.
thing in this mess.
Rather be fighting the NTF if you ask me. I never signed on for hunting Shivans. Don't kid yourself. We're the ones being hunted, pilot.
Command should shut down that portal and send the Aquitaine back to Deneb. We've got no business being out here.
If Command needs your opinion, they'll promote you to Admiral. Now shut up and focus.
All flights report in.
This is Iota 1. Sensors are picking up zilch, Command. We're flying blind out here.
Alpha 2 here. Nothing to report.
This is Zeta 1, all clear.
Kappa Wing, what's your status? Over? Kappa Wing, this is Allied Command. Please respond. Iota Wing, investigate Kappa's last waypoint. The ionized field is interfering with our transmission.
На кого-то наткнулись.
I'm picking up something on sensors. I can't get a lock.
О, кажется, вражинка.
Hostile targets confirmed. A wing of medical is falling back.
Pilots, destroy those fighters. Stay alert. Watch for a flanking maneuver.
No problem, Command. We'll take them down. All bandits are down, Command. Area secure.
Resume your patrol, pilots.
There's gotta be a base or destroyer in this nebula somewhere. Those fighters couldn't survive out here on their own.
This nebula could be 10 or 20 light years in diameter. Finding a single ship would be impossible.
Unless the Shivans find us first.
Do we have a status update on Kappa Wing?
Negative. No word from Kappa yet. We'll find out in debriefing. Hostile indicators on radar.
Но вот эти ракетки, конечно, не очень радиус хронометра. умереть кто-то умудрился. Еще и наш.
That's a confirmed kill.
Хрена ты улетел.
Okay, let's get back on patrol. Alpha, follow my lead. Check your formation, Alpha 1. Hold on. I got a visual on something big. A cruiser or a corvette.
Do you recognize the configuration? Is it a Rakshasa or a Kane?
Negative, Command. It's a Terran cruiser. Fenris class.
There's no allied ship authorized in your vicinity. Hail them, pilot.
This is Zeta Wing of the
Что это
107th
сделали теперь?
Ravens.
Думал название всем этим кораблям.
Please
Вы же тут,
identify yourself.
ну, десятки.
Of the GTC Trinity.
Немного
We have
туповато.
sustained heavy
Но
damage,
десятки.
and our jump drive is inoperative. We need immediate assistance.
Your designation is incorrect, Romig. Your ship defected to the NTF 10 days ago. You have been stripped of your rank and citizenship in the GTVA. Surrender the Trinity, or be destroyed.
As captain of the NTC Trinity, I surrender on the condition you get us the hell out of here.
What's your status?
We repelled the Shivan attack, but engines sustained critical damage. I powered down non-essential systems so the Shivans wouldn't detect us. We've been drifting ever since.
What's your assessment of the damage?
Some components were destroyed in the attack, but my chief engineer thinks a field repair is possible.
We will send a damage control team with the necessary components. Transmit your diagnostics.
Transmitting now.
What were you doing out here, Romig?
As a prisoner of war, my rights are protected under the Beta
Ладно,
Aquilate
издали было
Convention.
лучше.
I will answer no questions, Command.
I thought rebels didn't recognize BATAC.
No, but we do, pilot. Damage control has been deployed. They should be arriving momentarily.
Перезарядки нет.
Discovery here, initiating docking procedure. Watch our backs, little friends.
Heads up, enemy wing closing in. That's a confirmed kill.
Как красивенько было. А, так вот куда наш саппорт ушел. Чините, тут трените. Батюшник. Процесс стыковки все такой же вымученный. Не то что в паркане. где лихо в движении. И все.
Prepare to be boarded, Trinity. Trinity standing by.
О, кстати. Нам же защищать надо.
Docking point secure. Okay, Romig, we're taking you and your crew into custody. Follow the drill and no one gets hurt.
More hostiles incoming.
Keep the Shevens away from the Trinity pilots. That ship won't survive another attack. Give us a time estimate, Discovery.
We can jury-rig a solution in 15 minutes, Command.
Ой, что-то я ракетами-то раскидался. У меня же мало ее без перезарядки. Я тебе с другой стороны.
Heads up, enemy wing closing in.
Бомбочка. Бомбочка. Ну все. Да, господи, хватит крутиться. Ну, походу, это все же так положено.
You confronted an overwhelming Sheevan force in a hostile environment. Under these circumstances, there was nothing you or anyone else could have done to save the Trinity and our boarding party.
Интересно, кораблик можно спасти?
You were lucky to survive this sortie, pilot. We have heard nothing from Kappa Wing since they vanished from our sensors. Unfortunately, we must presume the worst.
Да, и было просто слишком много.
"32 years ago, on the Altair system, Visudan scientists discovered the remnants of an extinct civilization we now call the Ancients. And here we found the secret to defeating the Shevens. How close did we come to being a footnote in the history of a future species that would happen upon our ruins 10,000 years from now? Would they indulge in the fiction of their own immortality until the Shevens came for them? And how long had this gone on? Did the ancients stumble upon the monoliths and the tombs of their predecessors in this distant corner of space, dismissing the warnings carved in the walls of the sepulchre? And when the destroyers came at last, what did the ancients think as they sifted the cremation of dust and bones, staring into the mute remains for a key? Some
Или почему тут и синий, или а и синий.
What if there had been countless races, stretching back into infinity, and like the 9 cities of Troy, each civilization had been built on the rubble of one that came before, each annihilated by the Shevens. The ancients died 8,000 years ago. As humanity emerged from its Neolithic infancy, they believed their voyage across the sea of stars woke the dragon that slept beneath the waves, that the Shevens were birthed from the flux of subspace, and their destruction was the revenge of an angry cosmos.
With recent victories on the Civil War front, the GTVA Security Council has authorized the deployment of 2 Deimos-class corvettes into the Nebular Theater of Operations. The Lysander and the Actium crossed the subspace portal in Gamma Draconis at 23:35 hours and joined up with the Aquitane's battle group. On their last sortie, Epsilon and Iota wings encountered 2 Shivan warships, a Rakshasa-class cruiser designated the Iblis, and a Lilith-class cruiser designated the Azurus. Admiral Petrock has instructed our corvettes to hunt down and destroy these vessels. The 107th will provide fighter cover. Alpha Wing, your mission...
Даже не знаю. Тут ракет больше. Тут пушки мощнее. А что у нас за ракета? Не, ну гарпун там гарпун. Годится.
Steady as she goes. Those cruisers are somewhere in this vicinity. We're now converging on their last known position.
А я вас вижу.
Are you reading anything on sensors, Actium?
Oh.
Negative, Lysander.
If we don't find them, they'll find us. I don't expect.
Прямо летучий голландец в тумане. Или ежик.
The Shivans fought nothing but great war relics. We'll show them what firepower is all about. I'm picking up something. A wing of enemy fighters closing in.
Alpha and Beta, intercept those bandits. Keep them off of Lysander's action.
Objective neutralized. Roger that.
A Kane-class cruiser now coming into view.
Confirmed. It's the Azurus. Firing all down.
Okay, let's find that Rakshasa. Continue on your current heading. If you need to rearm pilots, now would be a good time.
Affirmative. Affirmative.
With the technology they had 30 years ago, it's a miracle we won the Great War.
No shields, no flak guns, no beam cannons.
You hear about
Тяжко вам,
Kappa Wing?
ребят,
Vanished
тогда
without a
было.
trace, 5 clicks from the Aquitaine.
Если бы я сейчас без щитов воевал,
The
бы я
patrol
бы
upon the
обосрался сразу.
NTC Trinity, right?
Yeah, that was Arthur Romig's ship. Hard to believe he turned traitor. Hey, Command, you gonna tell us what the rebels are doing out here?
You'll be informed on a need-to-know basis, pilot. Now kill the chatter and focus on your mission.
New readings coming up on sensors. Incoming fighters.
Ojej. Валим, чувак. Вали со мной. Да.
The Shivan warship we encountered has been designated the SD Ravana. Allied forces have been deployed to engage this vessel. Given the number of Shivan fighters our wings have encountered, we knew an enemy destroyer had to be lurking somewhere within the nebula. Our impaired visibility and diminished sensor range made locating their base of operations difficult. Command hoped our offensive against the two Shivan cruisers would lure the destroyer from its hiding place. Under these
уже без шелухи.
This is Lieutenant Samsa. The Allied attack against the SD Ravana has deteriorated. We have lost the GTD Delacroix, and the surviving warships in the battle group are damaged. Petrock is scrambling the 107th to assist. Command will... For this mission, we'll fly the GTB Boanerdzes, the Alliance's new attack bomber. The Boan... With our Cyclops torpedoes, we'll have the firepower to take out the Ravana. If we succeed, we will have secured the jump...
Понятно. О, вот этот турель-то. Я люблю. что если его все надеть? Этого я люблю, а вот этот красивый. Так, у них первое гнездо 3. Так что вот так. Нравится.
I've acquired sensor lock on the Ravana. The destroyer is currently out of range. No visual on Allied ships, but we can see their cannon signature.
Как это?
Bombers, close in on the Ravana. We must end this now.
Roger that, command. Warheads are armed and ready. What's the friendly fire? You get hit, you won't make it to your own service.
Что-то бомберов, по идее, прикрывать должны. А хрен нас не прикрывают. Проблема боковых пушек, что надо исследовать боком немного. Турелька заработала, не прошло и года.
Ravana's hull integrity has fallen below critical. Destruction of primary target is imminent.
The destruction of the Ravana is the most significant victory over the Shivans since the end of the Great War. We have secured the subspace node linking the nebula with Gamma Draconis, and we have demonstrated our technological superiority.
Lieutenant Commander Cordova here. Welcome to the 242nd Suicide Kings, pilot. I've heard from unofficial channels that the rebels have launched a surprise attack in the The GTA formed the Suicide Kings in the Great War, when the old Valkyrie fighter went into service after the Shivan attack on Ross 128. The 242nd was stationed on the Galatea back then, and our first mission was the capture of Lieutenant Alexander McCarthy. We all studied the McCarthy trials in... The Perseus is the next generation interceptor.
Это мне истребитель очень нравится. Ну, внешне как минимум. Симпатяга.
Our primary combat role is charged. You are now authorized to use the GTM-43A Stiletto II missile, designed to incapacitate subsystems. The 43A improves on the original Stiletto design by modifying its guidance systems and disruptor charge. The Stiletto also boasts a more powerful propulsion system, increasing its speed and effective range.
"36 hours ago, the NTF launched a full-scale offensive in Epsilon Pegasi, taking the GTVA 6th Fleet by surprise. Commanding his forces from the NTD Repulse, Rear Admiral Koth leads the rebel advance. With 75% of our forces in this system decimated, the regional death toll since the incursion. The GTD Aquitaine will lead the Allied counterstrike against Koth and his warships. We will resupply in Capella before shipping out to the front. We have also learned our campaign in Sirius has failed. The two-pronged offensive launched from Alpha Centauri into Neb encountered fierce resistance. Unless we can devise a military solution for dealing with the rebels, the GTVA will be forced to recognize the NTF's authority in Sirius, Regulus, and Polaris. Allied engineers, in the meantime, are developing and adapting technologies that will enable us to fight more effectively in the nebula. Dr. Hargrove and her research team continue to study the subspace portal. Their findings have been classified Level 5. Until the situation in Epsilon...
This is Lieutenant Commander Cordova, leader of the 242nd Suicide Kings. Welcome to Epsilon Pegasi, pilots. NF Station, the Alliance's base of operations in this system, is now under attack. Though we have destroyed the NTC Outrage, the Cato continues to bombard the installation with heavy beam fire. Evacuation of civilian personnel on board Enib Station is now in progress. As you know, civilians are protected under the Beta Aquila Convention. Your mission is to defend Enib Station. As leader of Alpha Wing, you will command your squad mates to destroy the fight. Allied forces are engaging the rebels throughout the system. As resources become available, they will...
Красавчик. Вот так, 2 на 2 пушки. Ракет маловато. Он у нас прикольчик. Убить файтера или подсистему? И как мало ракет. Ой, еще меньше ракет. Сорок 4-10 залпов. Лучше уж такое.
Affirmative. NTF fighters, you are firing upon a civilian vessel. Break off your attack.
Alpha, we need some fighter cover on the Calypso. Hold back the rebels so the civilians can escape.
NTF bombers are closing in.
Intercept the bombs before they hit the installation. We must not lose that base.
Ой, бомба. Не успею.
This is Ennis Station. We have sustained moderate damage. All 3 levels have been sealed off. Engineering reports the situation is under control.
GTFR Calypso. We have cleared Ennis Station. Now we're taking subspace drive. This is Command High. We have set course for the Capella jump node. Activating jump drive now.
Calling in support. All civilian transports have departed safely.
Well done. The NTC Cato has been destroyed.
Все, на вынос. Ребят, если все вместе атаковали, получилось.
More rebel bombers inbound. Seek and destroy.
report heavy casualties. General evacuation now in progress. Deploying escape pods. Command, this is NF Station. A new wing of bombers has jumped in. Request immediate fighter cover.
Ой. Какой-то открытку. Я не вижу, куда целиться.
Command, there's a massive warship now emerging from subspace.
IFF status is friendly. Meet the Colossus, the largest spacefaring warship ever constructed. All Allied ships return to base. This operation is a total failure.
This is the GTVA Colossus. Fighters stand clear of hostile warships. All batteries, fire at will.
Малахи?
When you were selected for the 242nd Suicide Kings, you were singled out as a promising candidate for a command position.
Придется прыгать.
36 hours ago.
This is Lieutenant Commander Cordova.
Так, здесь все норм осталось. Вот вопрос, что пинать-то?
Roger that. Roger that, sir. Disabling your target.
NTF fighters, you are firing upon a civilian vessel. Break off your attack.
Alpha, we need some fighter cover on the Calypso. Hold back the rebels so the civilians can escape.
NF Station here. NTF bombers are closing in.
Intercept the bombs before they hit the installation. We must not lose that base.
Subspace drive.
This is NF Station. We have sustained moderate damage. All breach levels have been sealed off. Engineering reports the situation is under control.
This is the Mannheim. We have set course for the Capella jump node. Activating jump drive now.
All civilian transports have departed safely. destroy.
Deploying support ship now. Please stand by.
Roger that, sir. Engaging your target.
Command, this is NF Station. A new wing of bombers has jumped in. Request immediate fighter cover.
Rearming complete, sir. You're good to go.
Я же вроде сказал дизармить его.
Bandits incoming! I'm reading an incoming jump signature. Configuration unknown.
Commander, the massive warship now emerging from subspace.
IFF status is friendly. Meet the Colossus, the largest spacefaring warship ever constructed.
This is the GTVA Colossus. Fighters stand clear of hostile warships. All batteries, fire at will.
Well done. The NTC Cato has been destroyed.
Yes, sir. Targeting weapons now.
We have defeated the Hawkwood.
Да, величество. Сквозь горизонт.
Return to base, pilots. Mission accomplished. Colossus, maintain your current position. You will defend NF Station until...
In your courageous defense of NF Station, you were eyewitness to an historic moment. The first combat deployment of the GT...
The following is classified level Rho. Unauthorized access is punishable under the GTVA Security Act, Deneb Convention, Section 2135. We vanquished the Shivans in the Great War, but the hard questions remain. How would we confront the threat of future invasion? The Shivans might return at any time, any place, without warning. How would we fight the next threat to the very existence of our species? In 2345, on the 10th anniversary of the Shivan attack on Ross 128, the Vasudan Emperor Khonsu II addressed the newly formed GTVA General Assembly. The Emperor inaugurated an ambitious and unprecedented joint endeavor, the GTVA Colossus.
Together we built a civilization which organized the Great War. And now we stand on the threshold of a new era of prosperity and harmony. Project Colossus is a city people celebrate our new covenant of peaceful coexistence and mutual defense of our allies.
The Colossus is the most powerful spacefaring warship ever constructed. Spanning 6 kilometers from bow to stern, the Colossus has taken over 20 years to complete. 12 Lucifer-class destroyers can fit within its massive hull. Its state-of-the-art weaponry includes 45 laser turrets, 15 flak guns, 12 missile batteries, and 12 beam cannons. The Colossus wields more firepower than 5 Orion-class destroyers combined. 60 fighter and bomber wings are housed in its vast hangar, and its crew numbers over 30,000. Among its major contractors are industry giants Triton Dynamics, Subak Innis, and the Akaton Corporation. The Alliance now wages war on multiple fronts. In Deneb, Alpha Centauri, Epsilon Pegasi, and the mysterious nebula beyond Gamma Draconis. Once deployed, the Colossus will end these conflicts swiftly and decisively. If ever the Shivans return to threaten our worlds, we will be ready to face the challenge, securing peace for today and for generations to come.
Но ты один. 20 лет строили один кораблик.
The 242nd will escort a supply convoy as it makes its rendezvous with the GTVA Colossus. As we prepare the Colossus for the Allied counterattack, we must handle the logistics of supplying and maintaining this warship. Convoys of transports, gas miners, and freighters have been deployed for this purpose. The Colossus will jump in and rendezvous with your convoy at the Capella jump node, located on the far side of an asteroid field. The area has been the site of intense fighting and rebel activity. Intelligence believes the rebels might attempt to attack our supply convoys rather than challenge the Colossus directly. You will be leading Alpha Wing, the main escort component. Your mission is to defend the GTFR Paracombe, the GTG Avila, and the GVG Juyan. The Avila and Juyan are mining vessels designed to collect fuel from gas giants for the reactors that power the Colossus. The Vasudans have dispatched a wing of Serapis fighters to guard the Juyan. You do not have command over this unit. However, the 242nd Suicide Kings are responsible for the Juyan's safety. 18 months of civil war are beginning to strain Terran-Vasudan relations, especially in contested systems. See to it that Juyan survives.
Я все пропустил, но окей, надо защитить кого-то. Окей, быстрый. Еще быстрее. Еще быстрее. И при этом вооружен лучше всех. Ну, пожалуй, мы нашего Персея оставим. Эх, пушка не хватает. Дайте мне кто-нибудь отдаст. Какой смысл выводить вторую пушку, когда она хуже первой? Больше жрет, меньше, медленнее стреляет, меньше повреждений.
approximately 23 kilometers from the Capella jump node.
I'm picking up hostile indicators on my radar. I can't get a lock. Might be nothing but asteroid interference.
That's wishful thinking, pilot. Proceed with caution and stay close to the convoy.
Пропустил, куда конвой идет и зачем? Ну да ладно. Видишь, как детализацию подняли. Или это просто текстурки? Ну ладно, издали выглядит прикольно.
Command, a rebel sentry gun is activated 1,000 meters from the convoy.
Destroy it, but be careful, Alpha. The NTF seem to have an ambush in the works. Keep an eye out for hostile fighters. The rebels have sorted their Medusa bombers. Intercept them before they fire their missiles. We must protect that convoy.
Блин, вы не надеваете.
Bandits incoming! Bandits incoming! Roger that.
Support ship now. Please stand by.
This is the GTC parapet. We have orders to blockade the Capella jump node, and we must not leave our position. We will sortie a wing of Perseus fighters to assist. Good luck, pilots.
The NTC Maelstrom has entered the asteroid field. When it gets in range, the cruiser will fire its forward beam cannon at the convoy. Alpha 1, you are ordered to neutralize that turret.
Engaging enemy now, sir.
Rearming complete, sir. You're good to go.
Гамбы.
Roger that.
Одного потеряли, один полудохлый. Наш. Ничего уж, прилетел непонятно. Да и далековато.
This is the GTVA Colossus. We have reached the rendezvous point. Now deploying transports. Beta Wing, stand watch. Alpha, the situation is now under control. You may return to base. Thank you for your escort, Alpha Wing.
For your excellent record of confirmed kills, you have achieved the status of Ace. Excellent job, pilot! The convoy made its rendezvous with the Colossus without losing a single ship. As the other freighters and gas miners transfer their payload to the Colossus, the Alliance is making final preparations for our attack against Admiral Koth and the NTD Repulse. A demonstration of our ultimate weapon should force the rebel leadership to reconsider their territorial ambition. The Alliance will now take the Colossus on the offensive. We intend to break the back of the rebel fleet in Epsilon Pegasi, and the 242nd will play a pivotal role. Rear Admiral Koth is somewhere in this system. He will not commit the repulse unless it's absolutely necessary. Your job is to create that necessity. To lure Koth into our trap, the first phase of the mission will involve an attack against the rebel cruisers Majestic and Refute.
А если это новые истребители, откуда они взялись у них?
12 Hercules-class fighters. With the speed and agility of the Perseus, You should be able to outmaneuver the Hercs and take them down. Your primary objective will be to eliminate the fighter escort. This will pave the way for the GTC Rampart and our bomber wings, which will deliver the main thrust of the strike.
Obama wings.
Our plan is to damage the rebel cruisers while presenting the smallest credible threat. If the rebels think our force consists of nothing more than a Leviathan and a few errant bombers, they may capitalize on this advantage and sortie their fleet. For this reason, the cruisers... If Koth sends in the repulse to finish the job, Command will deploy the Colossus to strike the final blow. Your secondary objective will be to defend the Rampart during this phase of the battle. The cruiser will...
Все то же самое, только больше пушек. Вот так.
Alpha, your primary objective is to intercept the escort. The rebel cruisers have anti-fighter guns. Stay out of range to avoid them.
Нашего повредили. Ну как ты можешь так? Так, что за пушка-то? Да ну.
Proceed with caution, Alpha. Those anti-fighter beams have an effective range of 1,500 meters. Try to lure the escorts away from their cruisers. The escort fighters are closing in on you, Alpha. Lure them back to the rampart.
Bandit on your tail. Bandit on your tail.
Ой, попал я. Надо было подождать прилета самолетика вражих. Сейчас очень поздно улетит. Наше звено почти убито.
arm if you need to, Alpha. Zeta Wing will take it from here. We'll need you to stand by in case more rebel fighters jump in. Central is picking up a wing of rebel Loki's. Destination Libra. Seek and destroy.
А, я еще и на месте стою. Так, окей. Нам не стоит лезть вперед. Хотя вот переднюю пушку я сбил очень даже хорошо. На этом все и закончилось.
The rebel cruisers have anti-fighter guns. Stay out of range to avoid them.
Affirmative.
Блин, я опять стою на месте. На это было жалко выпустить ракетку. Тут 600 будет, а тут...
Proceed with caution, Alpha. Those anti-fighter beams have an effective range of 1,500 meters. Try to lure the escorts away from their cruisers.
Bandit on your tail.
Эй, идиот.
Bandit on your tail.
The escort fighters are closing in on you, Alpha. Lure them back to the rampart.
I can't hold them off much longer.
Вторую стену запускать наших надо исходить из наших крупных кораблей. Это по-моему. Окей, выманиваем. Бежим назад.
Alpha, your primary objective is to intercept the escort. The rebel cruisers have anti-fighter guns. Stay out of range to avoid them.
Roger that.
Proceed with caution, Alpha. Those anti-fighter beams have an effective range of 1,500 meters. Try to lure the escorts away from their cruisers.
Bandit on your tail.
Да, летите ко мне, детка, летите. Кис, 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 кис. Эй, вы куда?
The escort fighters are closing in on you, Alpha. Lure them back to the ramparts.
Что-то я... Можно тут задний ход сделать?
Alpha, your primary objective is to intercept the escort.
Может, действительно тут более быстрые корабли взять? Все-таки 80 против 50. Ой.
Alpha, your primary objective is to intercept the escort. The rebel cruisers have anti-fighter guns. Stay out of range to avoid them.
Ну да, не намного. Попробуем также, но чуть поменьше потупить.
Affirmative.
Proceed with caution, Alpha. Those anti-fighter beams have an effective range of 1,500 meters. Try to lure the escorts away from their cruisers. The escort fighters are closing in on you, Alpha. Lure them back to the rampart.
I'm on it.
Now, please stand by.
I'm on it.
Sensors picking up a wing of rebel Lokis, designation Libra. Seek and destroy. The big fish has devoured our bait, now sending in the Colossus. The Repulse is deploying its fighter wings. Alpha, we need you to intercept. Destroy Ares' wing.
I copy, pilot. Support ship in transit.
Target data received. Acquiring lock.
Rearming complete, sir. You're good to go.
Incoming jump signature. Friendly configuration. Colossus is now on station. We have eliminated the NTC refuge.
GTVA Colossus. Admiral Goff, you are ordered to power down your vessel immediately and surrender. The Polaris jump node is blockaded. There is no escape.
I have no intention of escaping, Colossus, nor will I surrender. Even if I send my crew to hell with you, this monstrosity will be destroyed.
The Repulse has set a collision course on the Colossus.
Don't be absurd, Goff. You are sacrificing 10,000 lives for nothing.
Your cynicism appalls me, Colossus. I have 10,000 officers and crew willing to die for Neoterra. The tyranny of your regime is finished. Admiral Goff out.
Evacuating forward deck 400 to 1200. Bringing turrets to bear. Auxiliary bridge standby. All hands brace for impact.
Beginning of the end for the NTF. Well done, pilots. The area is secure. All hostile targets have been neutralized. Return to base.
Двоих потеряли из нашего звена. Не очень удачно.
The Alliance has declared a decisive victory in Epsilon Pegasi. With our blockade of the Polaris jump node, all rebel forces in the system have surrendered. In recognition of your contributions to the Allied victory, you are hereby awarded the Epsilon Pegasi Liberation Medal. The GTVA Security Council and General Assembly extend their gratitude for your service. Admiral Petrarch has requested recommendations for the 134th Barracuda Squadron, a combat evaluation unit. I have forwarded...
Ладно, чё, подумаешь.
You have volunteered for a covert assignment with Special Operations Command in conjunction with Galactic Terran Missions with the Special Operations Command are carried out deep in enemy territory with minimal logistical support. Our behind-the-lines activities include infiltration, sabotage, surgical strikes, and intelligence gathering. You will be... Your contact in this mission is Lieutenant Commander Christopher Snipes, an Allied officer who staged his defection to the NTF 6 months ago. As squadron leader of... The focus of this covert operation is the NTF's ETAC project. Because access to information is restricted to the highest echelon, our knowledge here is limited. ETAC involves the development of a new cutting-edge technology, possibly a weapon of mass destruction. Admiral Bosch oversees the project directly, and the rebels are constructing a prototype on the Iceni command ship. We need to get a closer look. Even a scan of the Iceni would be valuable. We are working with the full cooperation of Vasudan Tactical Command and the Terran 6th Fleet. The probability that you will engage Allied fighters will be minimal.
This is Lieutenant Commander Snipes. For all you replacement pilots, welcome to the 185th. Bosch isn't taking chances. The Regulus node is located within a small...
Но эту миссию, пожалуй, мы сделаем завтра вечером. Спасибо за просмотр.